AITAH for second-guessing having a baby with my husband after he asked for a paternity test. Plus update. Posted by you/Pink Ribbon. I, 26F, and my husband Alex, 27M, have been married for a year. Recently, I found out I was pregnant. This was not planned, however. Ever since we got married, we have not been using protection every time we got intimate, and I'm currently not on any birth control. My guess is that I'm only a few weeks along. I haven't seen a doctor yet. Anyway, I told him when he got back home from work yesterday. I personally was very happy about it because I've always wanted a mom. I was pretty sure I was all smiles when I told him, and I thought he would be too once he found out the news. Let me add that he's been neutral on having kids. My assumption was wrong. Immediately, he gets super upset and asks how in the hell this could happen. I explained to him that while it was sudden, we hadn't been using protection every time, so it wasn't that surprising. I thought he would have understood. For some reason, he didn't. After a few minutes of back and forth, he demanded a paternity test and told me there was no way it was his. I was hurt and insulted. Let me be very clear that I did not and will never cheat on my husband. I have also never given him any reason for him to be suspicious about me cheating on him either. I was so taken aback that he doubted my loyalty enough to ask for a paternity test. I told him I couldn't believe he was seriously asking me for that. He said that I wasn't helping my case and that if I had nothing to hide, then I would take the test and prove my loyalty to him. I honestly can't remember all that I said, but I ended up saying something along the lines of, if you're doubting me and my loyalty so much that you think I cheated on you and got pregnant with someone else's baby, then I don't think I want one with you anymore. I don't want to be tied to someone who clearly doesn't trust me. He blew up at me and accused me of cheating once again. It was a big argument, and he said I was being shitty, dismissing his concerns, and saying that asking for a paternity test was valid. In the end, I agreed to the test, but said that I stood by my words. Had to highlight that because some people are saying that I didn't agree to it when I very much did. We haven't spoken since the argument, and he's currently at work. I went to my friend for advice, and she said that while he was out of line for accusing me of cheating, I shouldn't have said that to him over one of his valid concerns, and that clearly had a reason to feel that way about the situation. I cannot fathom made him feel like I was cheating on him. I was just so hurt that he would insult me like that and accuse me of doing something so disgusting when I thought we were supposed to have trust in each other. But AITAH for saying what I did? Edit. A lot of people are suggesting he got a secret vasectomy that failed, and that did cross my mind. During the argument, I did ask if he got a vasectomy or was infertile and that's why the baby couldn't be his, but he dismissed that and continued saying it just couldn't be his without providing me a solid reason. So in that regard, I have really no idea what to say. Edit 2. I feel I should elaborate on the neutral about kids part. I told him while we were still just dating that no kids was a deal breaker for me. He said that was fine because his stance on it was that if we ever have kids, it's fine. If something happens and we don't, it's fine. I'm calling that neutral since I don't know what else to call it. So when I told him I was pregnant, I thought he would be fine with it, like he said. But apparently he just changed his mind about that and didn't tell me. And also, I have no issues with men wanting paternity tests. I just had an issue with him blatantly accusing me of being a cheater with no solid proof to back it up along with it. Update. Hi, everybody. This isn't going to be a super crazy update saying we got the test back and he got a secret vasectomy, etc., etc. But it's kind of a big one. This might be a long post, so I'll put a TLDR at the bottom. Thank you for everyone's kind words and advice. It was all super helpful, including criticism, because it really made me reflect on my behavior and how I handled the situation. On top of that, I'm so sorry that I didn't really respond to any comments. There were a lot just coming in nonstop, and it was a little overwhelming. Moving on. After I made that post and he came home from work, I cooked him his favorite dinner and let him relax a bit before I calmly approached the subject again. I told him that I was happy to do the paternity test, just that I was a little hurt that he would accuse me of cheating on him, because I loved him a lot, and would hate to make him feel that way. I also apologized for what I said. I asked him if he was just overwhelmed, scared from the news, and that's why he accused me like he did. He said that wasn't it, and that was genuinely his biggest concern. He then told me he wasn't willing to talk to me, say anything else, or negotiate about anything until after we get the test done. I asked if he was sure, and he practically yelled at me, telling me to drop the subject for now. So I did. And so things have been super tense. I'd been scrolling through comment after comment for what feels like forever. A lot of you said he was cheating. I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt and chalk it up to him being told he was infertile or something, but I ended up getting a really bad sinking feeling in my gut that I should check his phone. I never wanted to be the type of person that goes through their SO's phone obsessively for no reason, but my gut has never really steered me wrong, so I did it last night while he was sleeping. I snuck his phone off his nightstand and went out to the living room. He's cheating on me, and if that wasn't bad enough, it is indeed, with my friend I mentioned in the last post. Like a lot of you said, I guess it does make sense now that I think about it, but I'm still really shocked. I'd never been suspicious of their relationship before. But after reading the comments, I realize her reaction was a red flag. I went through their texts, and from what I can tell, it's only been going on for a few months and started after we got married. But really, I only focused on the text from right after I told him I was pregnant. He texted her saying things like, "I don't know what I was thinking when I decided to fuck her without a condom. She says it's mine, of course, but I swear to God it better not be. I'll be happy if it isn't. Obviously, I don't want a kid with her. I'd rather be with you than be stuck with her. You in this context being my friend. I know I should have been careful. I don't care if she thinks I'm a dick or an awful husband right now." This was his reply when my friend told him that I came to her about the situation. So yeah, those were just a few messages, but their conversations were hard to read, and I ended up crying a lot. I screenshotted the messages, sent them to myself from his phone, deleted the texts on his phone so it looked like he'd never sent anything, and then deleted the screenshots and deleted them from the recently deleted folder. I also went on his laptop to check if they were deleted there too. From his texts, I gathered that he did not have a secret vasectomy that failed, nor does he think he is sterile since he said himself that he should have been more careful and he doesn't know what he was thinking. I don't think he'd be saying that if he thought he was infertile. I also want to say that yes, he knows I'm not currently on birth control. And he was the one that decided not to use a condom, not me. I just agreed. I did not pressure him. At first he was pulling out, but occasionally he wouldn't. I don't know why he would continue not wearing a condom occasionally after the affair started. I'm guessing it was because telling me he no longer wanted to go without protection every time no matter what would make me suspicious. But that's basically it for now. I am not going to confront him about cheating right away. I am going to get the test, then confront him and tell him I want a divorce along with the test results. I mean, that's currently my plan, but my mind is also all over the place, so maybe that's not the best way to do this. I don't know. It's like 6 a.m. I feel like shit, and I haven't gotten any sleep, lol. I almost forgot to mention that I am going to get an STD test just to be safe. I think I am going to get an abortion just because I don't want my first full-term pregnancy to be literal hell when it should be a happy experience. But thank you to everybody congratulating me. It means a lot. The next update will probably be after the paternity test, or whenever I feel like I need to update. TLDR. Husband is cheating on me with my friend from last post, is definitely fertile, and didn't get a secret vasectomy. I'm getting the paternity test and divorce papers to go along with them, and probably an abortion.